Good day, viewers. My name is Mr. Kevanu Kirenius. Welcome to our 5th lesson for Life Science Grade 8. Today's lesson will be about pollution. Today's learning objectives: learners should be able to list and discuss examples of local pollution, recognize that natural resources can be depleted and damaged by pollution, apply knowledge and understanding of pollution in safeguarding the environment. Let's get started. Let us have a look at what pollution is. Pollution is when a foreign substance is brought into an environment where it has a negative effect on the environment. This foreign substance will then be called the pollutant. And when you think about it, you realize that where people come into an environment, pollution follows soon. If pollution continues in an environment, it can cause permanent damage to that environment and ultimately to the existence of living organisms. Pollution can harm the soil, water, and air, which in turn can harm living organisms. Soil or land pollution takes place when chemicals are added to the soil. These chemicals can later be washed into rivers and other water resources, and living organisms that depend on that water can eventually be harmed if they consume contaminated water. Chemicals such as fertilizers and pesticides can pollute the soil, especially if too much is added to the soil and the plant. Plants need fertile soil to grow in, and once the soil is not suitable for growing crops anymore, it will affect food webs that depend on plants. Almost 2/3 of the waste on rubbish dumps is biodegradable. This waste rots and decomposes and produces harmful gases such as carbon dioxide and methane, which are both greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming. Rubbish dumps also pollute the environment, including the water and the soil. Rubbish dumps are evitable, especially if we try to reduce the waste that we produce. Water pollution happens when pollutants end up in water resources. It also happens when fertilizers and pesticides from agricultural land seep into water. When litter washes into water resources, it makes it unfit for human consumption. Chemicals from factories are sometimes dumped into water resources, making it unfit for human use. In a dry country such as Namibia, it is important that we take care not to pollute our water resources. Air pollution happens when liquid and solid particles, pollutants, such as gases, dust, pollen, mold spores, and smoke are released into the atmosphere. Air pollution occurs when substances that are naturally present in the air rise to higher levels than normal. These substances include chlorofluorocarbons from insulation, packaging materials, and aerosol spray cans, methane, and carbon dioxide. Most air pollution comes from human activities. Burning coal, diesel, and petrol also contributes to air pollution because of the carbon dioxide it releases into the air. Once we know what pollution is and what causes pollution, we as human beings have a responsibility to reduce the waste we produce as much as possible. And recycling is one of the first steps we can use to reduce pollution. Recycling. Recycling can reduce a lot of waste that we throw away every day. Before you throw away anything, whether it is a can, a plastic bag, or a glass container, think first if it cannot be reused for something else. Plastic cool drink bottles are great for making and selling ice in summer. Plastic containers can be used for planting seeds or plants. Glass bottles can be for aesthetics purposes and used as storage for small items. Even old clothes can be recycled to make something else. To recap, let us have a look at what we learned about pollution. Viewers, before I sign off, I would like to ask you a few questions to think about. 1. Name 3 gases that cause air pollution. 2. Explain why it is important to reduce land pollution. 3. Discuss the causes of water pollution in your local environment. That's all for today. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Take care of yourself until we meet next time.